Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday. We're back at it.
Yeah, Happy New Year once again.
Yeah,
You know,
Happy
we're
New Year
actually
again.
in the new year, speaking to you now. So, but it's been a minute, and we told you guys we were going to give you an update. How was your Christmas, Savannah?
It was great. I
It's good.
so I guess we didn't talk about Christmas yet. I feel
Mm-mm.
like it's been so long,
I
but
know it has.
yeah. Um I got this cool new camera that is a
Ooh,
film camera, so I'm excited to use that.
love that.
Um yeah, did you get anything cool?
I did. I got lots of cool stuff actually, but probably one of my favorite gifts was a real official spirit box.
No
Like the
way.
ghost investigation tool, if you don't know what it is. It's like basically a radio that scans through different radio numbers and you can supposedly talk to the dead using it. So, can't wait to use it in the future. We've
Or
used it in the past.
it's more like they can talk to you,
Well,
right?
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And we've used Spirit Box apps in the past, but we were
Yeah.
always like suspicious of those because obviously they're apps.
Yeah.
Like they could just be fake, whatever. But this is the real deal, the official one. So, ghost
Wow.
investigations coming soon.
I'm excited. That's gonna be so fun
I know, I'm
to
so
like
excited.
go through, and a little bit scary too.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Because, that one, you can't blame it on being an app when it's the real one.
right,
So,
yeah.
but my Christmas was horrible. I had a kidney stone for
Oh
Christmas.
no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Not on Christmas.
Yeah, it was very Grinch spirit. I couldn't even watch anybody open presents, any of my nieces. It was horrible. I literally was in West Virginia, like with my family, hiding in a back room, dying.
Oh,
Like it was actually horrible. But, made it through. Passed it. Didn't have to go to the emergency room, even though I was debating it very hard.
oh jeez. That's good. You got through it.
Got through it barely, Lord. But I was like, well, we're in West Virginia, first of all. I don't know if I trust any hospital. Sorry, people in West Virginia. But I was like, honestly, drive me to Baptist.
Oh my
My
gosh.
parents were like, you can't sit in a car for 3.5 hours. I was like, I'm going to have to anyway,
Drive
regardless
all
of
the
where
way
I go.
home. All the way home for the doctor.
Like, honestly. So, but it didn't come to that, thank goodness. And I passed it. So, yay me.
That's good.
Didn't
I
open presents
I
after
had
that.
like a fine Christmas, but New Year's is where I sort of
Oh
was
no,
miserable
we had
because
opposite.
I got sick, and I
Oh,
was sick for like
no.
about a week. And I feel like I'm still sort of recovering from it.
Yeah,
It's just
well,
like it was horrible.
I feel that. Actually, I too got sick. I was sick on top of the kidney stone at Christmas, and am still sick. So if my voice sounds bad, sorry. Can't really breathe out of my nose still, but better than it's been previously. Me and Savannah didn't literally have voices at all last
Oh, I
week.
know. No, I sounded horrible. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty much back to normal though.
yeah,
So
my voices at least.
yeah.
But New Year's
Um
was fun for me, which is good because Savannah, I know you remember when I was cursed for all of those New Years
yeah,
when I got like severely sick on every single one of them.
yeah. You
This year,
gave the curse to me.
sorry, I'm so sorry, but I was so happy for once to have a good New Year's.
Yeah.
It was good. It was fun.
Yeah, I know. I took it on for you.
Thank
So
you. I
you're
do. I
welcome.
do appreciate it. I really do.
Speaking of New Year's though, I did something that I said I wouldn't do.
Oh,
And I got a journal,
oh,
a planner, I mean.
a planner. I did too, actually.
Yeah, but I actually got a digital one
Oh,
for like my iPad.
okay.
So I'm gonna be, yeah, I've actually been using it a little bit.
That's
So,
good. I have
but
not
usually,
used mine.
see, yeah, usually I get a planner and then I don't use it.
Okay,
I,
well, actually, not true. I did actually write out my budget in the back of the planner, but I don't have any events coming
okay.
up, so that's why I haven't used the planner.
Yeah, see that, yeah, I don't know.
Like, I don't have anything to write in it yet so
Yeah,
far.
I've been writing in it, like, you can write like a, mine has a section for like a to-do list every day.
Oh,
So I'm
nice.
just using that. Yeah.
Well, that's fun. Hopefully, you will continue it throughout the whole year.
I know. And I also got like, I was on a roll. I was like looking through Etsy for these like digital planners, and I found I got one to track the books that I read this year too.
Oh, fun, like a bullet journal
So
type deal.
yeah, it like has spots to like do a book review or
That's
like
cool.
just like a shelf that you like put your books on and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
that's fun.
so yeah.
Okay,
I have
speaking
two.
of books, also, I
Yeah.
started reading the what's it called? The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the Hunger Games book,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because that was another Christmas present I got,
Yeah.
was the book version. And it is so vastly different. I only read the first chapter. And it is so different from the movie that I'm
Oh.
actually appalled.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
crazy. So you'll have to read it after me.
Yeah, because I wasn't even planning on reading it because I was like, oh yeah, the book was. I mean, the movie was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if it's that much different,
It is. It's like a
It's going on
whole
my
different
list.
perspective. Which I understand
Okay.
why they did it the movie way, but like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
honey. Shook. It had me shook. I was sitting there, my jaw was on the floor. I'm like, this is just the first page.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah, that happens in a lot of
it does.
adaptations.
It does. It really does. Okay, oh, wait, hold on. Savannah, how could we possibly forget?
What?
Guys, it's the biggest update we have ever had on this podcast. Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. Taylor has finally convinced Savannah to watch Percy Jackson. Yeah.
I guess. I guess that's a big thing.
Okay, if any of you have been listening from the beginning, I think I mention it at least once every other episode. I beg
Yeah.
Savannah to either read or watch, do anything with Percy Jackson, and
know.
Savannah's like, no, I can't. However, if you don't know, Percy Jackson and the Olympians is a new TV show on Disney Plus, and we're watching it together. And I'm so happy. Could not be happier, actually.
Listen, I don't know if I said no to watching it. I just kind of never did.
Okay, but that's essentially
Until
saying
now.
no.
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it was just not within your means to watch it because you don't have Disney Plus, and that's what the other ones
Yeah.
are on.
Yeah.
But regardless, she's watching it now, so everything's all good in the world.
I mean, yeah. It's a really good show. So.
It is. It really is. Truly. But anyways, other than that, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please.
Yes, please. What I have to talk about this week actually semi relates to
Oh.
Percy Jackson.
As it does.
Kind of.
I'm excited. What could it be?
Okay, so actually it also has to do with what I talked about last week, sort of too. I think
Okay.
you're gonna really like this one. So, and I'm actually surprised we haven't really gone through this.
Okay. I'm like, what is it?
So, last week I talked about the calendar, and like that made me think about the astrological calendar.
Okay.
And so today I'm gonna go over like basic astrology and the zodiac signs.
Oh, okay. I love that. I really do. That's
So-
crazy. We've never talked about this.
Yeah, I know. And I say that it has to do with Percy Jackson just because, that's like Greek stories.
For sure. For sure.
That,
For sure.
He takes the books, they take like Greek stories and like just make them into like today's world basically. If you haven't seen it like me. But, astrology, or at least Western astrology as it's called, is rooted in Greek stories as well.
Love that.
So, let's get started then. So,
Let's do it.
astrology, or at least current Western astrology, is influenced by ancient Greece, and it's actually like traces all the way back to ancient Babylon.
Wow.
And it's derived from the mathematician and astronomer Ptolemy. He published Ptolemy's Tetrabiblios 1800 years ago.
1,800
So-
years ago.
A long time ago.
Wow. That is crazy. That's like 200.
Wait, what?
Like 200. Like the year 200.
Oh, I was like 200 years ago? No.
No, like year.
No, yeah. Literally, yeah. Year 200. So Ptolemy, he divided the Earth's orbit around the sun into 30-degree sectors, and each one has a different identification. And, when you put 30, you get like 30 degrees sections, and there's 12 of them. That equals 360 degrees total. So that's,
The
the whole
math.
orbit.
Got it.
That's the math, yeah. So he documented the stars that could be seen during each sector, like as the year went by, basically charting the constellations that were seen at that time.
Wow. He was so
And
smart for it to be 200.
yeah, honestly, people back then, like, they amaze me with like
For real.
the lack of technology compared to now.
Yeah.
Yet they're still so smart with
Yeah,
stuff.
literally. Smarter than us.
So smarter than us in some ways, I guess we're
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
smarter than them in other ways,
Well,
but
very true, very true.
yeah. So yeah, he basically took, snippets of the sky only at the part where the sun would go through. So like there's like imagine a band around the earth, and like you get the constellation in that section at that time of year, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So that's how
Complicated,
we
but
sort of
makes
got
sense.
it. Yeah. So I never even knew that that's what,
No, me
like,
neither.
yeah. that was where astrology is
I mean,
rooted.
I knew
But
it had to do with the stars and constellations in some sort of way, but
yeah, but I
not
was
like
like,
that.
yeah, yeah. I didn't know it was like a specific spot in the sky,
Right, me
which
neither.
I mean makes sense,
Yeah,
I guess.
complete sense.
So, if you don't know, constellations it's defined as, I just pulled this definition off of dictionary.com. So, it's a group of stars forming a recognizable pattern that is traditionally named after its apparent form or identified with a mythological figure. Modern astronomers divide the sky into 88 constellations with defined boundaries.
Wow.
So, current day, there's 88 constellations, and constellations are also used to like orient yourself in the night sky.
Facts. I can always see the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. That's one I can
Yeah,
always point out.
yes,
And the
exactly.
belt, whoever's belt it is. Orion?
Yes,
Yes.
I think it's Orion, yeah.
Yep.
And so the 12 zodiac constellations are actually, I said before, the path of the sun, but that's called the path of the ecliptic in astronomy terms. It's the path of ecliptic. And there's actually 13 on this path. There's the 12 zodiac, but then there's one other one. It's called Ophiuchus.
Yes,
See, I'm
I
gonna
did in
be
fact know about that.
okay. I'm gonna be struggling with some of the pronunciations, but
Yeah.
just stick with me. So it is not part of the zodiac because when the signs that were first described, the stars were not like in the same position as they are today. So things have shifted a little bit. So that one, isn't really part of the lore,
Yeah, there's a
but
big controversy over that. Some people believe that that one should be the 13th.
oh really?
Yeah. And it actually changes it. I like have looked into it a little bit. It would change mine. It changes only like half of
Oh.
the people's like astrological signs, but it would change mine, which wrong. Sorry, wrong.
Yeah, I didn't really look too hard into that, but maybe we should cover that one day.
Yeah, part 2. We will.
Yes, part two. So anyways, that one's omitted, but we'll come back to it on another day. But today, people believe that the sign or, the sector that is present at your birth can have an influence on your life. which is where the zodiac comes in.
And I agree. I am one of those that believe that.
Okay. See, before I get into each zodiac sign, I do want to say, like, since things have moved, since, you know, like, these were defined, like, do you want to go, like, do you personally go with the original dates that everybody sort of goes with, or would you rather go with the one that was actually present at your birth?
So, well, okay. All that I know is that I personally am a Leo. And I know that I'm a Leo. So, whichever one correlates with
Okay.
that is what which I'm, at
That,
least the original one.
yeah, yeah.
Because I can't remember what it said I was.
Okay.
I can't. I think it's a Libra. And I don't think I'm a Libra. I think I'm a Leo.
I mean, I'm a Libra. So.
Yeah. And we are not the same. So,
Yeah.
like, I just look at the traits, which I know you'll probably get into, but like, of what a
Kind
Leo
of.
is and stuff. And I just resonate with that so much more. Like, I feel like it's very obvious in my personality. So I feel like, you know, whatever his name was that you said that started with a T, I feel like he was right.
Yeah, Ptolemy.
Ptolemy. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, he was right at that time, and like today, it's different.
Okay, well,
It's
true.
the
So
only
maybe, I just like, was it different? Like, when did it change?
Just over time.
But like,
It's been a
was
lot of
it, I was
years.
gonna say, like, did it change like before I was born? Like, is it a recent
Yes.
change? Yeah, I don't know.
This isn't a change that
That's,
took 1 year. It took
I'm just
like
confused how it changed. Like, we got more
because
stars.
stars, I believe so. I mean, because there's a
Listen,
whole new constellation.
well, you're right. Or did he just not see it? Like, that's what I
I
just
don't
want to
know.
know. Like,
No, I'm pretty sure there's new stars and stars burn out. So,
that's crazy. Astronomy is really hard for me to grasp in my brain because,
yeah,
like,
astronomy is crazy.
space is just crazy. But, I mean, yeah, no, I don't know. That's hard. That's tough. That's a tough question.
Yeah, because like you want to go with the one that you've always known, but if that turned out to be different, would that like change your belief? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, if it did turn out to be different, then I don't think I would believe in it anymore because I don't really fit the
Yeah,
qualifications.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, I don't know, but the what I'm going to be talking about today is I'm going to go through each sign and sort of tell the story of like why they're called what they're called,
Ooh,
basically.
fun. Very fun.
So, I'm not really going to go through the traits and stuff. Maybe I'll do like I think there's sort of like a basic like aura that I have here
Ooh,
for you,
vibes.
but not really like the details of that sort of stuff. Maybe we can cover that a
Yeah,
different day.
that'll be
But
in part two. That'll be in part two.
yeah.
Whenever we do that eventually.
Yeah. So, do you know the first sign of the zodiac?
Like in January.
No.
Yeah, I don't know when it starts.
Where it starts on the spring equinox.
Oh yeah, the real New Year, as we would
Yes.
say.
So we're going back to last week when we
So
said that the spring equinox is
I'm trying to
the good start to the year.
I'm
But
trying to think. I'm trying to think about when the spring is. It in April? March? March.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna go March, and I'm gonna say Aries, because my brother is an Aries. March
Yes,
Aries.
you're right.
Thank
You're
you.
right.
Thank you. I know my astrology.
Yep. So, okay. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac year. It goes from March 21st to April 19th approximately. And it starts on the spring equinox. And yeah, like just like the calendar I was talking about last week. And you know, since this one starts in the spring equinox, maybe I should just like take that as my beginning of the year. You know, because
No, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, exactly. Last week I was saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna start in spring.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like what I really mean is mentally, you know, start the new year.
Yeah. And I
You
think
know what
it's
I mean?
also like, I was thinking after we did that podcast, we kind of already do that by like the term of like spring cleaning, like how you want to
Right.
clean everything out in the spring. And that's because it's the real New Year, guys.
Yeah, that's true. New beginnings and things are starting to grow and It just all makes sense.
It
All
does.
makes sense.
It really does.
So Aries. The symbol for Aries, or the constellation, is the lamb or slash ram. And this actually it symbolizes new beginnings.
Did you
So
just say the
it's
ram
perfect.
slash the ram?
Lamb.
Lamb. I'm deaf.
Lamb.
Got you.
It might have been my pronunciation. I don't know. The lamb or ram.
Ram. Got you. That's two
Yes.
completely. I mean, I guess they're not that different. One just has
Yeah, they're
horns.
similar. Yeah. And Aries is a fire sign. And so yeah, Aries is like rebirth and new beginnings. Makes sense, beginning of the zodiac year. Aries is ruled by Mars. Each sign is going to be ruled by a planet. And the story behind Aries is the story of Jason and the Argonauts. I don't know if you know that story.
You know, the name sounds familiar, but I don't really know the story.
See, that's what I was thinking too when I first read this. I was like, I feel like I've heard that, but I don't really know the story behind it. So anyways, the way it goes is there's this King Athamas, and there's the goddess of the clouds, Nephili. They had two kids together, Phrixus and or Helle. I don't know, Helle. And so they have two kids together. But then the king, he fell in love with a woman named Ino. And the goddess, she left in anger. And she's like, I can't believe you would ditch me for this girl. And she left a drought in the kingdom.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, because she was the goddess of the clouds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, she attempted to sacrifice the kids to end the drought.
Oh my God.
So
Attempted.
she's like,
It didn't work.
Yeah. Well, their mother, the goddess, she sent a winged ram with golden hair to rescue them, and they escaped on the back of the ram.
Wow.
And then, so yeah, they were able to get out. And then Zeus placed the ram in the sky to honor it.
Wow. You know, I can't even lie. I do think I know that story from Percy Jackson. I'm not just saying that. I'm really not
I'm
just saying that.
telling you, like, this is Percy Jackson.
Yeah, 100%.
themed.
100%.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the story of Aries.
Wow.
Next we have Taurus, which goes from April 20th to May 20th, and the symbol is the bull. It is an earth sign. It is like represents fertility, and it is ruled by Venus. So Taurus is has the myth of Europa, and basically in this myth, I didn't for some reason I didn't write down too much on this one, but in the myth of Europa, Zeus takes on the form of a white bull. So yeah, it just represents
that's the
Zeus
bull.
as this bull. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah. The next sign is Gemini, and that is from May 21st to June 21st, and it ends at the summer solstice. So the symbol for Gemini is the twins, and it's an air sign. Gemini represents duality, and with twins, and it's ruled by Mercury.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah. What?
My Gemini friend actually had twins.
Oh, no way. Actually, my Gemini friend is a twin.
That's odd. That's odd.
Yeah. So
Proof in the pudding.
crazy. So the myth for Gemini comes from the Greek myth of Castor and Pollux. So these Castor and Pollux, they were sons of Leda, an Aetolian princess, and she was seduced by Zeus after he took the form of a swan.
Zeus just be taking these forms.
And I know, and he just like goes after everybody, I guess. I don't know.
A dog.
So yeah, basically. So he he took the form of a swan, and then she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love you," and so then they had
Obviously.
these kids, and so they were twins, but Pollux was immortal and Castor was not.
Oh,
So
rest in
when
peace, Castor.
Castor was ended up, he got killed, and Pollux, he asked Zeus to reunite him with his fallen brother.
Mm.
So even though he was immortal, he's like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
We got to be reunited. So the twins, they were both turned into the constellation Gemini.
Wow.
Yep.
Love that.
Yep. It's a sweet story. It's a
That's
sweet
sweet.
story.
Yeah.
So
Brotherly love.
yes, exactly. So the next one is Cancer,
Mm-hmm.
which goes from June 22nd to July 22nd. It actually completes the first third of the astrological cycle, and the symbol is a crab. But I also saw that it could be a lobster or a crawfish
What?
sometimes.
I've only ever seen the
Yeah.
crab.
Right. Yeah, me too. Me too. And Cancer is a water sign, and it's ruled
Obviously.
by the moon, which I love that is ruled by the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And it represents like family.
Oh,
So
cute.
that's cute. Yeah. So it's associated with the crab that is from this story that like Hera sent a crab to fight Hercules.
Oh.
So let's get through it. Let's go through it. So Hera, who's Zeus's wife, she hated Hercules because he was born from Zeus's affair with
Mm-hmm.
somebody else.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, she just didn't like him. So Hera, she cast a spell of madness into Hercules that made him like go on a rampage and kill all of his own children.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. I did not know that about Hercules.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
skipped that part in the movie.
Yeah. Honestly, some of these stories, they go crazy.
No, they do. They really do.
Like,
Also, girl, why are you taking it out on Hercules? Take it out on Zeus. He's the dog.
right, exactly. But I think he's probably too powerful for
Yeah,
her
no.
to
I mean,
do
he's
anything
Zeus.
back.
Come
But
on.
yeah. So yeah, he did that, but then he was punished for it, of course.
Of course.
So he was sent to complete 12 labors as penance for his crime.
Oh.
And one of his like labors was to slay the beast Hydra.
Mm-hmm. Mm,
So Hera, she sent this crab to help Hydra beat Hercules.
oh, okay.
She's like, I
That's
literally
funny.
hate Hercules. So yeah, like she even sends this crab to go help, but Hercules like easily killed the crab. Like he
I
just
mean,
stepped on it.
yeah, it's a crab.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So then Hera took the crab and made it into a constellation to honor it in its fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
honestly, that's cute, though.
it's cute. It's kind of petty. It's like
It's very petty.
yeah. Yeah. So
Wow.
that's Cancer.
Shout out
So
Cancer.
next, Leo.
Whoa, woo! I was waiting on this one, boy.
Yes, Leo. So Leo goes from July 23rd to August 22nd,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and its symbol is a lion, and it's a fire sign,
Lion.
fiery.
Yep, that's correct.
Um,
I'm right in the middle, by the way. My birthday is August 1st. So
oh
I'm a
wow.
Leo. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Leo is also ruled by the sun, which I think is awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. And so the story of Leo comes from the Lion of Nema or Nemea.
I kind of thought you were going to say The
Nemea.
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not that. It's not that. So actually, this one has to do with Hercules as well. So Hercules was sent to kill this lion of Nemea for like it was the first of his 12 labors.
Mm-hmm.
So he strangled the lion, and after it died, he actually turned its fur into armor to wear.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he wore this lion to honor it, supposedly. So, and then after that, Zeus rewarded the lion by giving him a constellation. So,
Cool.
so yeah.
Love that
Has to
for
do with
me.
Hercules. Love that. We only have a few left. Go. Well, actually,
No, I think we have half left.
we're almost about halfway.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these.
There are. There's 12.
But I love these. Okay, so next is Virgo, which is August 22nd to September 23rd. And this ends the first half of the cycle. Okay, so we're halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
So the symbol for Virgo is actually a woman. So that's cool. The only one that's represented by just, a woman. And it is specifically, it's Estrella. And, the story is going to have to do with her. But she symbolizes justice, innocence, purity, and precision. And this is an earth sign. And this sign is ruled by Mercury. So Estrella, she helped her Titan father. So like her father was a Titan. She helped him by being a bearer of lightning during the war between the Titans and the gods.
Mm-hmm.
So because she helped out during that, Zeus respected her loyalty, and he raised her to the stars, making her a constellation.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
That's a cool
yes.
story.
Mm-hmm. And next is mine, Libra.
Heyo.
I fall at the very end of Libra, though.
Ooh.
So
You're a cusp baby.
I am a cusper. So it's September 23rd to October 23rd, but I've also seen October 22nd, which is my birthday.
Your birthday.
So I don't know. Could go either way.
Interesting.
The symbol for Libra is the scales of justice. Libra is an air sign and symbolizes harmony and justice and is ruled by Venus.
Oh, I love that for you.
I know. Venus is like such a pretty planet, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So this sign is also associated with Estrella. And it's just because she carried the scales of justice. So that's pretty much the story. It's kind of boring compared to some of the other ones. Like, it just has to do with another one. Like, that's the story I get. Like,
No, that's annoying.
yeah.
Like
Like, I don't even get my own story.
You
Like,
definitely deserve your own story.
Virgo and Libra sort of share an origin story.
But I mean, at least it's a cool story.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cute. It's cute. I like that it has to do with a goddess, or not even a goddess, a maiden lady.
Yeah, but she was tough.
Yeah.
And loyal.
She was tough. So after Libra comes Scorpio, which is October 23rd to November 22nd. And the symbol for Scorpio is the scorpion. So this one, I feel like most of the signs, if not all of them, sort of you can't really guess what the symbol is by just the name. Maybe Leo, you would guess. But the rest of them are kind of like, I don't know, at least in English, you can't really guess it. But Scorpio, I always know like scorpion,
100%.
So Scorpio is actually a water sign, and I always think it's a fire sign.
I
But it's
did too.
not.
I used
Yeah.
to believe that too. It sounds like it makes sense, but I don't really know why.
Yeah, it's just because they
Like
seem
scorpions
like
are mean.
Yeah, it seems like a mean sign, so that's fire.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's not. It's a water sign.
Interesting. The complete opposite.
Yeah. So Scorpio, they are destruction and rebirth, and are ruled by Mars and also Pluto. And also the fact that they're ruled by Mars, like Mars seems like a fiery planet.
100%.
But,
And Aries is also ruled by Mars, and they're fiery.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It's just doesn't really add up. But maybe that's just like what it means to be a Scorpio. You just don't make sense to people,
It's true.
you know?
It's true.
Okay. So Scorpio has the legend of Orion.
Hey, shout out to his belt. I see in the
Exactly.
sky.
Yeah, shout out. So Orion was a hunter who declared he was going to kill all of the animals on Earth.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, so after he said that, Artemis, the god of hunting, she sent a scorpion to kill him. She was like, "You're not gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna send the scorpion, get
As
rid
she
of
should.
you."
As she should.
So it chased Orion, just chased him all around, and then it finally caught up to him and bit him. So he dies. And the gods, they raised Orion and the scorpion to the heavens. So they both got their own constellations, but they were at opposite ends of the like celestial
Oh, that's good to
vault.
know because then if I can know where his belt is, then I can probably find Scorpio.
Yes. So positioning was intentional because like when the constellation Scorpio rises, Orion hides. So
Oh, that makes
so
sense.
you
Like
might
you
not be able to
can't.
see him at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's hiding from the scorpion even today.
Good, as he should be. For
Yeah,
wanting to kill
as he
all them
should be.
animals. Boy,
Yeah.
what's
Like
wrong with
how are you
you?
going to say that? He said, "I'm
Right.
going to kill all the animals."
And for
Why?
what? Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So next is Sagittarius, which goes from November 22nd to December 21st. The symbol is the archer or like an arrow. And this is a fire sign. So not Scorpio, but Sagittarius, fire sign. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and it sort of represents a higher consciousness, which is
That's interesting
fun.
because if you're from Jupiter, you're more stupider, is what I thought.
No, you're right. I don't know. I don't know. So Sagittarius is associated with the centaur Chiron.
Oh, shout out Chiron from Percy
So
Jackson.
it's exactly. So he was wise, intelligent, and good-natured, and he was an educator and tutor for many of the Greek heroes,
Oh,
including Achilles.
oh, love
So
that.
that's why like his constellation is like the archer because he trained them all to, you know, be
Arch. Yeah,
archers.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
To arch. What's it called? I don't know.
I don't know. Shoot a bow and arrow. That's all
Yeah,
I
I
got.
guess. Yeah. So next we have Capricorn, and that would be December 22nd to January 21st. And this is the symbol of the goat, or a lot of the time it's a sea goat.
A sea goat? Oh,
Yes.
what is that? Shout out to the Capricorns because we're in your time right now, Lukey Bears.
Yeah, we are. So a sea goat, I guess that's just a made up thing. I don't
Oh, well, okay.
like I don't think I've ever seen a
Well,
sea
I'm just
goat.
saying, like, we have sea cows, our manatees. So there has to be a sea
Yeah.
goat equal, like, something,
I don't
you
know.
know?
I feel like I've seen pictures of what a Capricorn like is. Haven't you seen this? Like it's a half goat with like a mermaid tail almost.
Oh, yeah, I have seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah, so maybe
Okay,
that's
so
what they mean.
maybe fake.
Yeah,
Yes.
just something that's kind of made up,
Yeah.
but whatever. It's a earth sign and ruled by Saturn, and it symbolizes wisdom. So that's fun. This comes from the myth of Amalthea, the woman who also took the form of a goat.
Oh, makes
So,
sense.
yes, so she actually raised Zeus.
Oh.
Yeah, so Zeus's mother hid him to protect him from his father Kronos.
Mm-hmm.
Or Kronos, I don't know. And so, like, she sort of hid him as a baby, and then lady, this goat lady, she found him and raised him. So she's sort of like his mom almost.
Oh,
So
what a
yeah,
sweet little goat lady.
yeah. So when Zeus became an adult, he fought the Titans. He actually fought the Titans in goat skin to honor her,
Oh,
which
how sweet.
yeah. And then he, rose her up to the stars to make her a constellation.
Wow, that one's so sweet.
It is, yeah. I know, because all of these, like, oh, Zeus put them in the stars, but like this one's actually connected to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Cute. So, okay, next we have Aquarius, which is January 22nd to February 20th.
Mm-hmm.
The symbol is the water bearer, and this is
Mm-hmm.
an air sign.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, water, but air. So Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, and uh, it symbolizes revolution and wisdom.
Nice.
And actually, it was traditionally, um, it's traditionally ruled by Saturn, but has since shifted to Uranus.
Interesting.
So yeah, I guess both of
2 for
those.
1
I don't know.
special for
Yeah,
an Aquarius.
yeah. So Aquarius is associated with Ganymede, which he was considered to be the most beautiful mortal man.
Oh, I would like to see a picture of
So,
him.
yeah, so I guess maybe if you're an Aquarius man, you're like really beautiful.
I'm trying to imagine any Aquarius men in my life, and I don't think I know any. My
Right,
mom's an
yeah, I don't
Aquarius, but she is no man, so.
know. Right, yeah. So, because he was the most beautiful mortal man, Zeus kidnapped him.
Oh, of course. I mean, he's a dog, as we've already said, you know.
Yeah,
Can't.
well, Zeus, he kidnapped him and took him to Mount Olympus, to make him a cupbearer.
Oh, okay. What
So,
does that even
you know,
mean?
the symbol is a water bearer, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
guessing he just like brought them water.
Wow. Savage. He is a savage.
Yeah, he's like,
Zeus.
I'm taking you and you're just gonna give us water.
He's like, I just want to look at you. So you can bring me
Hmm.
water.
Yeah, yeah. So the last sign of the zodiac is Pisces. Um,
Wow. That's crazy. I
yes.
somehow knew Aries was the first, but didn't realize Pisces was the last.
Yeah, I know. Because it's like still at the beginning of the year, technically,
Mm-hmm.
of like our year, but
Mm-hmm.
not the zodiac year.
Yeah, true.
So Pisces is February 20th to March 20th, and the symbol is a pair of two fish
Yeah.
swimming in opposite directions.
I love that one. That's probably my favorite, like, visual
Yeah, it's pretty.
symbol.
So this is a water sign, so fish, water actually, correlates,
It's
makes
making
sense.
sense. Yep.
So Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, and it represents division. So, the story of Pisces is with Aphrodite and Eros. So, Aphrodite and Eros, they are supposed to be the fish, and they actually turned into fish to flee the wrath of the Titan typhoon.
Oh, that sounds
So,
horrifying.
yeah, he was like a water serpent, like a giant water serpent. And he was like, you know, I guess this was like during that like war that went on
Yeah.
between the Titans and the gods and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he was attacking everyone and they fled as fish.
Smart.
So that's what it represents. So yeah, that is the whole zodiac calendar.
Listen, I love that.
We do love it, yeah. Um, so yeah, and there are 12 of them. So like, I mean, should we just shift to that instead of the 12 months that we have now?
Right. Right.
I don't know.
Listen, I would agree. Honestly, it's rare that I ever meet somebody who doesn't really fit their sign.
Yeah, honestly,
Which
like,
is
I don't
interesting.
know. It might just be like, what's it called?
Like coincidence. I mean, like I know they're very generalized like
Yeah,
things, but like
yeah.
I don't
But like
know.
you can always make it work for them, you
Yeah,
know?
you definitely can. You definitely can.
And like me personally, like if I were to like look at the traits for maybe like a Pisces or something, like they don't fit me.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, but I don't know. Like it's really hard to know if you're just altering it in a way that makes sense for you or if it's actually true.
True. I also feel like it's
You know,
harder for you being on the cusp of one because you
true.
probably align with both of them.
Yeah,
But
in
with
different
like the
ways.
Libra and
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Yeah. Whereas like me in the middle, like I feel like I mean, like, I don't know. People can guess that I'm a Leo from a mile away, I would say. So, yeah, I don't know. But it's crazy. But is it just my brain thinking that? I don't know. Maybe it's a mixture of both.
Maybe. I
Let
don't
us
know.
know if you guys believe in it because I want to know. That's
Hmm.
going to be the poll for this week. If you're listening on Spotify, answer the poll down below. But I love that story. Love the connection to Percy Jackson, obviously.
Yes.
And we're definitely going to have to do a part 2 because we got to learn more about whatever the 13th one is called. I already forgot. But, and
Yeah,
then,
I mean, I need to learn how to pronounce it
yeah,
better. So,
first and foremost, how to say
yes.
it. And
Yeah.
then, like, what's going on? Like, I need some information. And also, I realize that I know an astronomer in my life. So, like, maybe we need to
Oh,
get
do
some
you?
input. Yes, Dina's dad. So
Okay.
maybe we need to get some input on him from him to see if he believes, since he studied the stars and actually was a professor of astronomy.
Oh.
So
Okay, yeah. We do. We need to get his input.
yeah, we need to get some input on that. So yeah, somebody needs to make a note of that. I will. Juju, where are you at?
Right?
Parm, get on it. Anyways,
Hmm.
I suppose a sharp right turn from your story
Okay.
is going to be my story. Okay, so today for you, I have The Haunting of the Palace Theater. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, a haunting.
Yes, a haunting. So unusual for me, am I right? Just kidding. So this week, my story is coming from Louisville, Kentucky, baby. Um, so I found out about this. I have been watching this show on Hulu called Living for the Dead. And it's a ghost hunting show, new, only one season, and it's ran by a team of queer paranormal investigators. And
Oh,
it's
cool.
narrated by Kristen Stewart.
Oh my
Always connecting it
gosh.
back to Twilight, baby.
Oh my gosh.
If we're not connecting to Twilight
Oh,
or Percy Jackson,
I
it's every
actually
episode.
I think I saw clips from that.
Really, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Definitely go watch it.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, I already watched the entire first season. Ready for season 2. It's so good. And that's where I learned about the Palace Theater. They went there and they investigated it. So I was like, let me cover it. Because, girl, let me tell you what, it's popping at the Palace Theater in Louisville. So this theater, it first opened in 1928. And it was originally called the Lowe's Theater. And then was eventually changed to the Palace Theater. It's located in the heart of downtown Louisville, and it's in what used to be known as the theater district. Apparently, there was a bunch of theaters on this one street.
Okay.
So, yeah. And the building itself, you truly will never miss it. Even if you never heard of it before, you'd be like, what is that? Because it's very unique. It's covered in very elaborate carvings and decorations. And it's very tall. It has incredibly vaulted ceilings. And it has over 140 sculptures made
Oh
out of
wow.
stone throughout
Okay.
the outside and inside. So it's very cool. And can't lie, some of the sculptures are pretty creepy. Maybe it's just because they're like jesters and clowns, and I don't like that. But, in my opinion, they're creepy. I'll post a picture on the Instagram for y'all to see. But, anyways, back in the 1920s, when it was first, created and built, which was literally 100 years ago, and it
That's
still stands
wild.
today. So, wild.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, the 1920s, it was the prime time for movies, cinema, and theaters. Like it's everybody was going every day. And so over the past 100 years, you can imagine like thousands and thousands of people have been through that theater, whether that be just like as a guest, an employee, crew member, actor, any type of way. And it's also known more secretly, back in the day anyway, as like a safe space for the queer community back in the 1920s and like when it was,
Oh.
yeah. And they had like secret drag shows there. And yeah.
That's
So,
awesome.
so cool. So, like the people who worked at the theater, they obviously had a lot of passion for the work they did, and because they knew how like important it was that they were creating this safe space for the people of the town at the time. So, as you can imagine, when there's this much like emotion, passion, and like hardworking people, it's possible, they might want to continue their stay in this place even after death. So, it's believed that many workers, owners, and managers who had any type of time spent at the Palace Theater now haunt that theater today. So, yeah, and there are some along with the workers, which are tend to be known more as like the nice ghost. There are some more mean and malicious ghosts.
Oh
So,
no.
we got a
Mean
good,
ones. I
we
thought
got a
they were
good
all
mix.
friends.
Yeah, but like it's also kind of believed that it was already haunted before the theater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, we got like a bunch of different people here. It's a little crazy. So, I've mentioned there's tons of ghosts. So, let's just get right on into it because many ghosties to go through. Mallory Kramer is one of the managers at the theater today. And she talks about how her manager that she like took over for, one of his like famous ghost stories that he experienced there, he was visited by a pair of mischievous children ghosts one night. And so these kid ghosts are apparently not very common to be seen at this theater, but every once and again, it's always two of them, two little kids, and they'll just show up, and it's usually to a worker. So, this guy, he was just kind of closing down the theater for the night and, doing his little task when he hears running footsteps. And he's like scared, obviously. He thinks somebody's in there running towards him. And he looks around and eventually checks out the entire place. And he's like, okay, great. I'm definitely alone in the theater. So whoever was running, probably not alive. Scary. Very scary. And also,
That is scary because,
like theaters
I
in
don't
general
know.
are just scary if you're in there by yourself. Anywhere is,
Yeah. Yeah.
ooh, scary. So anyway, he was like, whatever. There's nobody in here. I'm just going to lock up for the night. That's what I would do. Get out of there. But the kids, they had a little bit more up their sleeve. He went to go lock the door and walk down the stairs when all of a sudden he gets shoved down the stairs. Literally falls a couple
Oh my
of
gosh.
stairs.
Wait, how many stairs?
Just a couple, not all of them.
Okay. Okay.
Like he wasn't
Not-
like pushed
didn't
down.
yeah, shoved down a whole flight of stairs.
Yeah, no, just like he just stumbled down a couple. And
Okay.
he was shook, obviously. He was like, what? And then he heard two little giggles, like two separate voice giggles, and then footsteps running away. And nobody was
Oh
there.
my god.
Horrifying, let me tell you what. I don't want to come across those two ghost children, not in this theater. Even though, I mean,
No.
they're chilling, but like, not really. Don't push me downstairs, guys. I mean, like, I know you think it's funny, but it's not really.
Yeah,
But anyway, so they're kind of lesser known, not really as common, but one of the most common ghosts that's seen at the Palace Theater, his name is Bernie. And
no. Bernie.
I
love
know,
that.
how cute. It said that Bernie is a crew worker of the past who resides in the projection room. It's
Okay.
apparently, where he did his job when he worked there. And apparently, he likes to keep a close eye on the modern day crew at the palace. Make sure, they're doing what they need to be doing. But it's said he maybe sometimes gets a little bit too close. Bernie's a little bit of a trickster. And he also likes to
Okay.
flirt with the ladies.
Okay.
Yeah, so female workers in the projection room have felt taps on their shoulders and somebody trying to play with their hair. Which,
Ugh, I
Bernie,
hate that.
Bernie, that's disgusting. Do not play with
Yeah.
any girl's hair. That's a boundary.
No.
You should not be
Yeah,
crossing.
I don't really like anybody playing with my hair.
No.
That's just ugh.
No. No. But it said when he's not flirting, he's messing with the men who are working there. He likes to scare the men by slamming the doors closed. And he also likes to shove and push them downstairs. So there's
Oh
a lot
my
of
God.
pushing going around here.
Right? Like what?
Like, it's a
They
little.
need to calm down.
I know, really though. So, but despite him being very hands-on, Bernie is known to just be all in good fun. Like, he's not doing it out of meanness. He's just playing around. But I'm like, guys, like, how much playing around are we doing? You know, like, push people down is mean,
Yeah.
especially by an invisible force. I can't. I just can't. Anyway, moving on. Another ghost that takes residence in the Palace Theater is known as the Gray Lady.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The gray lady.
The Gray Lady.
She show up in black and white.
You know it. Nearly all of the staff and most of the facilities teams have had at least one experience with the mysterious Gray Lady. Mallory, the manager that I was talking about, has seen her like 10 plus times standing on the top of the steps in the main entrance. And so, what makes the Gray Lady, as you can imagine, is that she is, even though you can see her, she's transparent at the same time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, kind of like a ghost in a movie, if you can imagine. You know, gray.
Right, right.
So,
Yeah, because I've heard that like the way that we picture ghosts, you know, like the like transparent like that, like
Yeah.
you're describing, is only because of movies.
because of movies. Right.
Yeah, like in real life, like ghosts actually aren't like don't show up like that to people.
Right. And I wonder if it's because it's such a big movie place there, is why she shows up like that.
Yeah, maybe.
It's interesting.
Huh.
And people, when they see her, they always say that you can see. So, this is one thing. Because when we talked about this before, like the transparent ghost being like movies, I feel like one common thing is that they're floating and they're not walking. But the Gray Lady, you can see her full body. And she normally takes 4 to 5 steps and then disappears. So that's one thing that's different. But I'm just like, is she just making herself very dramatic like the movies?
I mean,
I believe it.
clearly she is.
Yeah, which I love. Love the Gray Lady. There, was a big restoration of the Palace Theater in the early 90s, and that seemed to create more activity in the building, which is, typical. Usually when we see some places already haunted and then they make a big change in the building, the ghosts are mad, they want to keep it the way they knew it, not updated.
Right.
So,
I mean, honestly, I get that.
me too.
Like
But also,
your
like-
favorite place. I don't know, like your favorite place and they're changing it. Like I get that places need to stay updated because, you know, you don't want them falling apart, but
Yeah.
at the same time.
I get it. But,
I don't know.
I do get it. But also, they're doing it for the better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, when you see the pictures of the Palace Theater, like, it looks really nice, okay? Like, they should not be
Yeah.
mad. Honestly. But,
they're just there for the nostalgia. They
That's
just
true.
want it to
that's true. They're like, bring back the old.
Exactly.
And some of the ghosts are mad. Like, people, from back in the Lowe's Theater time, before it was even the Palace Theater, they're even more mad. They're like, "Ugh, it's not even called what we used to call it." So, yeah, there's a lot of, knocking and, random screams that can be heard here, which is horrifying. I mean, none of this stuff is really, that scary, but if it happened to me, and I'm, one of very few people in there, I would be very scared if I just heard a random scream or,
No, obviously.
yeah, no. Absolutely not. So some other ghosts in the building. There is this older man who can be seen wearing work clothes. His hair is in a top flat hat, like the old, flat top hats. And he's wearing an older style of glasses. And so this guy, he can be seen in the balcony walking across. And he's always walking across something, whether it be the balcony or the scaffolding up in the ceiling, or sometimes even the stage. I'm like, okay, pop off, sir. Give us a show.
Yeah.
But apparently this ghost is a really good ghost and possibly even saved a man's life.
Oh, okay.
So this guy, he was hired to paint the ceiling, like repaint the ceiling of the Palace Theater. And so he was just up there in the scaffolding and he fell asleep up there.
Oh. I thought you were
And
gonna say that somebody pushed him,
no,
like one of the ghosts pushed him and he saved him.
and the other ghost saved him. You know,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be that shocking of that
Yeah.
from this place at least. But no, he actually was just asleep and he claims to hear a man's voice in his ear saying like, "Wake up." And when he heard that after a couple times, he did wake up and he found himself on the complete edge of the scaffolding. Like he had rolled to the very edge. And like had he stayed asleep any longer and like rolled any more, he would have fell off and died.
Oh
So
my. How do you even, okay, first off, how do you even fall asleep like that?
I don't know.
But
I mean, like it's
second,
big. It's bigger than you think. It's not just like a plank.
Okay.
But like still,
But
I'm going to make sure I'm not
wow.
falling asleep when I'm in the air like that.
Yeah.
But who knows how long he had been painting, you know? I don't know. Maybe he was
Huh.
high off the fumes of the paint too. Who knows? I don't know. But regardless, he was saved. And, you know, that's cool. Very cool of that ghost to save a life.
Yeah.
Ooh, also, fun fact, another common experience that people have is hearing whistling coming from absolutely no one.
Oh.
Hate that. I actually hate whistling overall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hate a whistle.
It's just eerie when there's like nobody there and
I
you
just
just
feel
hear
like,
whistling.
yeah, I just don't like the high pitchedness of it. Also, can't really whistle myself, so I think I'm just a little hater over here.
I know how to, but I'm not gonna do it in front of a microphone.
Well,
So.
thanks. Thanks also because I hate it. But yeah, I especially don't want to hear whistling coming from no one. You know?
Yeah.
Creepy.
No.
Very, very creepy. Okay, so the last ghost I'm gonna talk about today is so we have Chief Engineer Fred Frisch. And he actually worked in the theater when it was originally opened. So he's like the OG, Mr. Fish. He this part's crazy, okay? He actually died in the theater. Which is not common for most of the other ghosts here.
Okay. So he's like the only one or one of the only ones that has died?
One of the only ones and like the most important, I would say.
Okay.
He randomly one day on October 27th, 1965 was just chilling in his office, which happened to be located in the basement, which of course it did. He died randomly of a heart attack. Like, would not have expected it. So some people are like, ghost? Or, I don't know. So, I mean, who's to say, really? I feel like he just probably had a heart attack, but crazy, nonetheless, that he died in the basement, and his ghost is said to be there today. And so he was like one of the first original workers. So he is just kind of like this big guy at this theater. So much so that there is a giant photo of him in the theater today. This is the crazy thing. So people will see this guy walking around the theater, think nothing of it, and then come across this picture later on the tour and be like, oh my God, I saw that guy today. And then they look at like the time period and they're like, oh, I don't know. He's not alive anymore. Yeah. And so like those are the ones that really get me. You know, like those stories that I'm like, okay. Like if you don't even know, like if you didn't even know the information and then you said you saw him, like it's hard. It's kind of undeniable. Like, ooh.
Right, like if you didn't even know about him
Right.
or like I bet some of these people didn't even know it was like do they go through there not knowing it's haunted at all?
Some people do. Like if they're
And
going to see a
then
show.
yeah.
Of course they have haunted tours too. Like, you know, some people know, some people don't know.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, and apparently that actually happens a lot more than you think, is that people will see people walking around in older timed clothing and just assume like, oh, they're here putting on a play, putting on a show in older clothes, and they're like, oh no, we're just showing a movie today. There's nobody here dressed up like that. And it's a ghost. And so like those places are
Oh my
like the
gosh.
coolest to me because I'm like, that's very just more natural, I would say. I don't know. It's crazy. So as I said, it is still open like as a theater. You know, they do shows and all the other theater things. But you can also go on ghost tours daily for $20 a person. Not too bad. And I would say that this place is very high on my list of places that I want to go to because it's not that far from us. And so, yeah, that is the haunting of the Palace Theater. And I think that you should also go watch the show Living for the Dead on Hulu because
Okay.
it's really good.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna watch that, and also we should add that to our list of places to go.
Definitely. Definitely. Because, like, you know, this one's not that scary. I'm not too horrified of that one. You know, we might get pushed down some steps. Can't lie. But if that's the worst to happen to us, good. You know? I would love to come back and report to you guys that I got pushed by a ghost down some stairs.
I know, just so I could say that it happened, you
Right.
know?
Like, would you believe me?
Like,
I
I don't
promise I
want
won't lie.
to, right, and I don't want to get hurt from it,
No, no. I
but
just want to fall down like 2 or 3, not like the whole staircase.
yeah.
You hear that ghost? But yeah. That's the haunting of the Palace Theater.
Wow.
And like I said, it's very pretty. I should have sent you pictures, but we'll post them on Instagram. Definitely go look at them because the place is just gorgeous. Gorgina, really. But go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yes,
And
please.
check out our YouTube. All the things, really. But other than that, I don't really have anything else for you guys this week. What about you, Savannah?
I think that's it.
Okay, well then I guess we will see you guys next week.
Cue the music.